The moment you step out of your back door with that morning cup of coffee, an invisible security protocol is instantly activated in the canopy above. You might think you are simply walking into a quiet, empty yard. But you are actually stepping directly onto the main stage of a microscopic national park, a highly complex ecosystem governed by strict rules of survival. And right now, you are being watched very closely. If you pause for a moment, look up toward the upper branches of the old oak tree, or glance over at the hanging seed feeder gently swaying in the breeze, you might catch it. A sudden, sharp movement. A tiny, deliberate head tilting downward. A dark, impossibly deep, bead-like eye locking directly onto yours.
It is a fleeting moment that lasts only a fraction of a second.
Yet it holds a vast universe of unspoken communication. What exactly is happening in that tiny mind when a backyard bird looks directly at you? This is not just a random coincidence of nature. It is not a blank, unthinking, robotic stare. And it is a highly complex, multi-layered psychological and biological assessment. It is a rapid-fire calculation of risk, reward, and memory. And perhaps even something resembling trust. Today, we are going to decrypt the hidden, silent language of avian eye contact. We are going to explore the astonishing, scientifically proven reality that the common birds in your yard do not just see you as a blurry, meaningless object. They perceive you as a distinct, recognizable individual.
They are constantly analyzing your intentions.
They are remembering the specific geometry of your face. And in some extraordinary moments, they may be trying to tell you something. To truly understand the gravity and the magic of a wild bird staring at you, we first have to understand the sheer, unparalleled power of avian vision. We, as humans, experience our daily world primarily through a relatively narrow band of color and light, looking straight ahead through eyes that are locked into the front of our skulls. We walk through our gardens and see only a fraction of what is actually pulsating around us. Birds, on the other hand, are the undisputed evolutionary masters of the visual realm. Their eyes are proportionally massive compared to the overall size of their brains and bodies, occupying so much physical space inside their tiny skulls that they can barely move them within their sockets.
This anatomical reality is exactly why a bird must rapidly tilt, bob, and jerk its head to look at you.
When a vibrant northern cardinal or a tiny, energetic chickadee turns its head completely sideways.
To fix one single eye on your face, it is intentionally bringing the sharpest, most highly concentrated part of its retina, known as the fovea, directly to bear on your features. They are quite literally seeing you in breathtaking high definition. They are seeing the hidden ultraviolet light naturally reflecting off the fabric of your clothes.
Chúng đang phát hiện ra những biểu cảm cực nhỏ trên khuôn mặt bạn.
The slight shift of your weight and the almost imperceptible tension in your shoulders. When that tiny, bright eye completely locks onto yours, the bird is initiating the very first critical level of cross-species interaction. We can accurately call this phase the immediate threat assessment. In the brutal reality of the wild, direct eye contact is almost always a precursor to violence and death. A soaring hawk intensely stares at a ground-feeding sparrow just milliseconds before it goes into a lethal dive. A stalking neighborhood tabby cat completely locks its glowing eyes with a foraging robin, just before it forcefully pounces. Therefore, for a remarkably small prey animal, whose entire existence is defined by avoiding predators, choosing to look deeply into the forward-facing eyes of a creature thousands of times its size, is an act of immense, almost incomprehensible vulnerability. When a bird in your yard actively chooses to hold your gaze for an extended second, rather than immediately and frantically flying away in sheer terror, it is demonstrating a profound, almost miraculous behavioral shift. It has instantly analyzed the specific geometry of your face and recognized that your eyes, the inherently terrifying, forward-facing eyes of a mammalian apex predator, are not currently locked in an aggressive hunting stare. The bird is continuously running a sophisticated, real-time biometric scan of your physical state. Are you moving your arms too quickly? Are your hands suddenly raised? Are you holding something unfamiliar? If you are simply standing there on your porch, breathing slowly and calmly, the bird rapidly processes this immense wave of visual data
and makes a highly conscious decision to stay exactly where it is.
It successfully overrides millions of years of deeply ingrained evolutionary panic. Because something else, something far more powerful, is actively overpowering its natural instinct to flee. And that specific, powerful mechanism is memory. This profound realization brings us directly to the second, and perhaps the absolutely most fascinating, hidden meaning behind that prolonged, silent stare: the individual recognition. Decades of rigorous, peer-reviewed research have definitively proven that these creatures possess incredibly advanced facial recognition capabilities. When that small bird tilts its head and intently looks at you, it is actively cross-referencing your specific, unique facial features. With an incredibly detailed mental database of previous encounters, it truly knows you. It knows, with absolute certainty, that you are the specific human
who dependably refills the sunflower seeds exactly at 7 o'clock in the morning.
It knows that you are the benevolent giant who aggressively chases away the persistent neighborhood squirrel from the feeding pole. When you unexpectedly catch a small bird silently staring at you from a nearby, leafy branch, just before it softly descends to the waiting feeder, it is not merely looking at the scattered food. It is actively looking at you, carefully verifying your specific identity,
and confidently confirming that the surrounding environment is entirely safe.
Simply because its designated, trusted guardian is currently present. This is a truly staggering, deeply humbling realization. The common wild birds living right in your backyard have seamlessly integrated you into their complex, daily social map. You are no longer merely a passive observer of nature. You are an incredibly important, highly active participant within it. As we move deeper into this hidden world, we discover the third meaning of this cross-species eye contact, which is what we can definitively call the routine expectation. Have you ever confidently walked outside to a completely empty bird feeder, only to discover a tufted titmouse or a gentle mourning dove patiently sitting on the exact spot where the missing food should be, staring directly and unblinking at you? This is not an accident. This is highly intentional, directed communication.
The bird has successfully learned the complex cause and effect of your daily existence. The human appears, and the life-sustaining food miraculously appears.
When the vital food source is suddenly gone, the bird does not panic. It actively seeks out the human.
It deliberately places itself directly in your immediate line of sight. It intentionally makes extended eye contact to gracefully bridge the massive evolutionary gap between your two species, issuing a gentle, quiet, but incredibly firm demand for service.
In these seemingly tiny, insignificant moments, the ordinary suburban backyard completely transforms
of manicured grass into a wonderfully complex, invisible web of mutual understanding and shared routine. The wild bird has essentially trained you,